people? Well, back by popular demand. Guess what we got? The backdrop. The club backdrop is back by popular demand. All the super chats, all the donations, all the love. We brought back the club. Backdrop is back in here. The whole skyline. It's all back in here. You're rocking and rolling right now. Hottest show on the streets here on a Friday. Number one ticket for your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Had to be around you guys on a Friday. Got a lot to get into. Quite a bit of things to talk about. But first and foremost, you know what time it is. You hit the subscribe button right now. Smash subscribe. Get in the comment section. Go crazy in the comment section. Bringing this to you from the home location on this evening, taking all comments tonight. Hit that thumbs up, tap the like button, smash the like button, make this your show, your network, your spot to talk all things Crimson Tide football. We're handling all of that this evening here on the show. Appreciate every single last one of you, and I know we're getting into the down period of Alabama football. This is the summer. This is when you get into the dog days where there's not much news, notes, and info, but we're going to be still bringing you huge perspective conversation here at TDA, whether it's guys in the transfer portal that can come to Alabama, whether it's from the recruiting aspect where my guy Justin Smith is concerned, and whatever it is, when it comes down to Bama football all summer long, we got you covered. We got you taken care of. Let's get to some conversations right now here. I'm going to show you guys in the comment section right now. We got my man Dale B dropping in the Roll Tide to you, Dale B. Happy to have you in here. We got Lakeith Williams with the Roll Tide roll. Lakeith Williams, happy to have you in here. We got Roll Tide and Rise Up, part of that Blue Ridge gang. Wrench up, baby. Roll Tide family, appreciate Roll Tide and Rise Up. He's also shouting out Dale B and Lakeith being in here. Eugene Tate with the RTR and an elephant emoji. Appreciate you, Eugene, helping us out here on the show. Everybody getting their thoughts in. Roll Tide and Rise Up. If we can't land at least one guy this weekend from the portal, then I'm officially panicking. Now, of course, Alabama, they got Deshaun Jones, Wake Forest, former Wake Forest cornerback, visiting this weekend. Deshaun Jones from the ACC, he is visiting Bama this weekend. Unfortunately, Bama could not get Isaiah Hamilton, cornerback in the portal from Houston. That guy's a baller, but he goes to Lane Kiffin, Pete Golding, and Ole Miss. Alabama could have gotten him. Could have gotten Isaiah Hamilton, but he goes to Lane Kiffin, Pete Golding, and Ole Miss. So right now, Deshaun Jones, big name right there, and Alabama's trying to get. You got a linebacker that's from South Alabama visiting the Crimson Tide this weekend. So there's that guy right there. And then next week, Alabama's expected to have another cornerback from a transfer portal visit. We'll get into more of that, but hopefully Roll Tide and Rise, like you mentioned, Bama can get somebody here in this portal. Lakeith Williams writes in, I can't wait until NCAA comes out and I'm starting a dynasty with Alabama. So Lakeith is ready for the video game to come out. I'm ready myself and get that dynasty mode started there with the Crimson Tide. Absolutely. Dale B showing some love to the Roll Tide and Rise Up. My man DP Don Parker with the greetings and Roll Tide, everyone. Appreciate Don Parker helping us out here on the show. We got James Crick with an RTR Roll Tide to you, James. Happy to have you in here. We got Ya Warrior, also known as King Yigdon. So King Yigdon, let's get it. Roll Tide King. Happy to have you in here on the show. We got Dale B dropping that $20 donation. Let's go. Dale B showing the love here in the pot. $20 donation. Let's go. Stephen Roll Tide. Appreciate Dale B helping us out there. Don Parker writes in, after what I saw today, I don't understand why anyone would want to go to Ole Miss and their repugnant behavior. I'm just saying, man, I don't know why Isaiah Hamilton chose Ole Miss in the portal. Young man out of Houston, he can ball. Big-time cornerback. He's got length. He's got size. He's got athleticism, can cover, can play the football. I don't know why he chose Ole Miss either. I really don't. But that was his choice. That was his decision. That was his prerogative. That's what he chose to do. Now, once again, Deshaun Jones from Wake Forest, who hit the portal, he's visiting Bama this weekend. And then, of course, you got another corner coming to Alabama on next week. So it's going to be interesting here. Keith Williams, let's go. Dale B, thank you. Appreciate Dale B, that $20 donation, helping us out here on the show. Christian Hughes, Roll Tide. Stephen M, Roll Tide to you, Christian. Happy to have you in here, and all of you in here being a part here of the conversation. Continue to get your thoughts in the chat line. We're back rolling, baby, with the Skyline Club background. We're back rolling it here by popular demand. You, the fans, want this back. We got it back for you. We got it back for you. From Davis is in here. From Davis. Roll Tide to everyone everywhere. Appreciate you from helping us out here on the show. But back by popular demand, people, is this background. You wanted it. You were craving it. We got it back for you. This is fantastic. But we're getting it right now. Topic number one of the conversation here on tonight's show. So topic one, Bama does have a transfer DB that will visit the program next week. According to multiple reports out there, that the guy's name, Kobe Minor. This is Kobe with two E's. So Kobe Minor visiting Bama next weekend. He's from Indiana University, from the Hoosiers. Spent the last couple of years, 2 or 3 years in the Big Ten. This past season, Minor had with 29 tackles, had 3 pass breakups, did not have an interception, but he played 11 games last year. The guy does have experience in the defensive secondary at 6 feet, 185 pounds, a native of Dallas, Texas. Now, once again, that cornerback spot is a spot of need for Alabama. When you discuss so many guys that hit the portal after Nick Saban announced his retirement from coaching Alabama football, and of course you lose Terrion Arnold and Kool-Aid McKinstry to the NFL draft, so cornerback is a need. Yes, you did bring in Damani Jackson from the transfer portal by the way of USC. I like him. He's a talent. And then you got Jaleel Hurley, who came to the Crimson Tide from Florence High School, North Alabama area, as a 5-star in the 2023 class. He redshirted his initial freshman year. This will be his redshirt freshman year coming up this fall. He's got ability as well, but Bama's got a lot of freshmen here. When you talk about Jalen Mbakwe, you talk Xavier Brown, Xavier Mincy, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr., Red Morgan. You got a lot of freshman guys out here, and they got big talent. However, if you can get experience at that outside boundary cornerback position in the portal, and a guy that's played major D1 college football, you take that. Now, of course, Alabama did have a corner transfer in from a smaller program. I think that's in Charlotte. I think it's Charlotte. Came in from Charlotte, that corner right there. And guys got talent, but if you can get another guy, from the portal, this will be huge for you. So Kobe Minor from Indiana visiting next week for Alabama, according to multiple reports out here on social media and throughout the airways here. So if you can get Minor, that's huge for Coach DeBoer, for Kane Womack as the defensive coordinator, for Coach Maurice Linguist as the cornerbacks coach. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how this plays out here. But we're going to take our first break here on the show. Don't touch that dial. We're just getting you warmed up here on a Friday. When we get back, we go back to the comment section. We're getting your comments, getting your thoughts. We're getting your conversations. But right now, we're going to get a word from our partners, Alumni Hall. Midtown Village in Tuscaloosa, and also why you need to continue being subscribed to TDA Plus to check out The Way It Is, my new podcast, as we just recently recorded episode 3. That's coming to you soon, but we'll be back right after this. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. Oh, yeah, oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, and I was right. Tide 102.9, now Tide 100.9, actually dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? I look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the GOAT. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never-before-seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? Like, what's wrong? What was the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. All right, people, we're back, locked in. Locked and loaded here to the action from the break. Number one ticket for your Bama football news, in my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Happy to have you guys in here. Appreciate you guys getting into the chat line, the comment section. We're gonna get to more of your comments right here. Let's see here. Don Parker writing in, what happened at Ole Miss was disgusting. Don, I didn't get a chance to see that. So if you can, Don, could you type in what took place at Ole Miss today? I didn't get a chance to see that. I have been rocking and rolling this week. So if you could type in, Don, what took place at Ole Miss so I can be abreast of that situation. Appreciate that, Don Parker. Steven Scuba writes in, Roll Tide from. Shouting out from Davis. Appreciate Scuba. Or Steven Scuba helping us out there. From Davis. Dale, good evening, sir. From showing some love to Dale B. Let's see here. Lakeith Williams writes in, man, I got to get used to the new people on the team. It's like we have a different team every year. Lakeith, that's what Coach Saban used to always talk about during the 17-year tenure. Every year, it was a different Alabama team for him. Every year, Coach Saban talked about it felt like he was taking a new job. It felt like he was taking a new role, as the Alabama head football coach. Yes, for those 17 seasons, he remained the constant, absolutely, but he always felt like every year the team was different. Every year, the players were different. Every year, the dynamic was different. So there that is right there. We got J-Dub writing in. Good evening, Stephen and Roll Tide. Appreciate you, J-Dub, helping us out here on a Friday. We got From Davis writing back in. Fall camp is going to be very busy. Fall camp's going to be crazy, especially for the ones that stay on here. Fall camp is going to be insane. And for this wide receiver room, y'all get ready. Ryan Williams, 5-star from Saraland High School, who reclassified to 2024, two-time Mr. Football in the state. He will arrive later this month. Ryan Williams will be on campus later this month. And he will go through summer workouts. He will go through 7-on-7. He will go through 11-on-11. Kalen DeBoer said it. We're playing the best guys. It don't matter what age you are. So if Ryan Williams comes out here later this month and throughout the summer and shows the wide receiver room he's that dude, here we go. Here we go. Fall camp's going to be fun, though. Absolutely. L.A. Miles writes in, Steven is live from Magic City tonight. Yeah, I mean, got Skyline, baby. We're right here. We are right here on location. We're right here on location. Appreciate you, L.A. Miles, helping us out here on the show. We get into more of your comments here. You guys have been awesome. From Davis writes back in, Coach Womack got work to do. He does. He does where this defense is concerned, because you, the Alabama football fan base, we have gotten accustomed to seeing big-time defenses. Some of you grew up in the Paul Bear Bryant era, where you saw those defenses dominate out there. Guys like Don McNeil and Barry Krause and E.J. Jr. You saw those guys. And then you look at some of us that came up under Gene Stallings. We watched the 1992 defense just wreak havoc with Eric Curry and John Copeland and Antonio Langham and George Teague. Like, we watched that defense wreak havoc. Then you look at the 2009 defense with the Rolando McClain and Brandon Dederick and Kareem Jackson and Marquise Johnson and Mark Barron, and Eric Anders, and guys like that wrecking shop. The 2011 defense, we watched that group that led the nation in all 5 major defensive categories, including scoring defense and total defense. That group led by Donta Hightower, Courtney Upshaw. You had Nick Gentry up front, Damian Square up front. You had guys like Vinny Sunseri, Dre Kirkpatrick, Mark Barron, guys that were ballers back there. That 2011 defense, that 2016 defense that everybody is going to get compared to so much because of just the entertainment value that defense brought on. It's about real live thugs. That 2016 defense had real live gangsters. You look at Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Dalvin Tomlinson, Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson, Reuben Foster, Rashawn Evans, Sean Dion Hamilton, Christian Miller, my guy, Tony Brown, Marlon Humphrey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, my goodness, Lawrence Hootie Jones, Ronnie Harrison. Those guys were after you. They were flat after you. You look at this defense coming up here. Does it have qualities of the groups I just named? Not necessarily. It's got talent. It's got some guys. But Kane Womack's got to get the right guys on the field. Like, you got to have a James Smith on the field. You got to have a Keon Keeley on the field. You got to have a Yancey Pierre. Get that guy on the field. Like, you got to have the right dudes on the field to make this work. So, Kane Womack got to have those right dudes here on the field. Absolutely. Appreciate you guys getting your thoughts in here on defense here. On the show here, Steven Scuba writing in, guys getting bags and scared to get beat out by freshman 5-stars. I mean, we all kind of knew NIL and the transfer portal would do this. I mean, even Nick Saban talked about it. We all kind of knew this would happen. But at the same time, it's, you got to get guys in here that have the hunger to compete. But not only just that, coaching staffs now. You got to reward those young men who have been faithful and loyal to you, because it's a two-way street. Yes, the players, you got to have that dog in you. You got to compete. You got to go out there and want it every day. Absolutely. But for the coaching staffs out there, when you see the players that do have that dog in them, that want it, that go out there and compete, then you got to honor those guys. You got to reward those guys. You got to have those guys back. Because when you don't have those guys back, they're going to jump into that portal. Why? Because they feel like my own coach doesn't even have my back. So it's a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword. So absolutely. Don Parker writes back in, I am making reference to the racist behavior of student counter protesters today at Ole Miss. It was really disgusting and repugnant. I did, Don, see something about that. Now that you bring it in, I did see something about that on social media. That was bad. That was bad. That was messed up. Absolutely. That was awful. That was pure awful. So I did see that done. I did see that. Now that you bring that here to my memory there. Let's see here. We got From Davis who writes in, Steven, what's up with TDA members only? All right, so for the TDA, so what do you mean by that, From? TDA members only, From? What do you mean by that? Definitely. Oh, okay. I think he mentions by Dale B. I think he's going to talk about Dale B. Subscribers only. Limit the trolls here. Well, you know what? We welcome all. We welcome all challengers, Dale B. Whether troll, no matter. We welcome all. We welcome all in here. Come in here. Have your opinion. Now, if you get too crazy with your opinion, then we're gonna have to shut you down. But we welcome all with an opinion. We welcome all that have thought here when it comes to Crimson Tide football. Appreciate Carl Catlin with the Roll Tide Roll, baby. Appreciate Carl helping us out here on the show. We got here, Y'all Warrior writes in, congratulations on the house, Coach Steven. Blessings. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you, Y'all Warrior. Appreciate you, man. A lot of work was put in getting that house. Of course, I can't take credit for it. My wife, Mia, did a fantastic job in helping me through all of this. My daughter, Mariah, played a role in this also, so it was a family effort. Wasn't just, one person, getting the house. It was a family effort, a family unit ordeal. So happy to have my wife with her help in this and my daughter as well. Let's see here. We got L.A. Miles writes in, big homie Marcel Darius got it up. He was another one. Part of that 09 defense that knocked Colt McCoy out the game. The 2010 BCS National Championship game against Texas. He was. So defenses in the past had those dudes that you knew they were going to be pure showstoppers. What can this defense bring that can be somewhat close to that? We're not saying it will be that, but even just somewhat close to that. So appreciate L.A. Miles there for his thought. Let's see here. We got here, Steven Scuba writes in, coaching got to put them in position to be successful. It does. Coaching's got to put those guys in a position on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's Kane Womack, whether it's Freddie Roach on the defensive line, whether it's Christian Robinson with the outside linebackers, whether it's Colin Hitzler, and Coach Maurice Linguist with the defensive secondary. These defensive coaches, they got to put these guys in position to succeed. But not only just that, the offensive guys, right? Kangan DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, Jamarcus Shepard, Robert Gillespie, all those guys offensively have to put their guys in position to succeed as well. So this Alabama coaching staff as a whole got to have these guys in position to have success there, succeed on the field. We got Eddie Rhodes with that $20 donation. Eddie Rhodes in here. Showing the love. Appreciate that from Eddie Rhodes helping us out on the show. But Don Parker, I understand what you're saying, man. I understand it, man. It was crazy what happened at Ole Miss. But, hey, we're getting a chance to discuss here some good Alabama football as we get ready here to go into the summer. Congratulations. Bama had 9 football student athletes to march with their bachelor degrees today from the University of Alabama. Among those 9 guys, you look at Deontay Lawson marched today, Keanu Coote marched today. You had Lawson, Coop, Marchand, several, practice squad, walk-on players. Sam Willoughby walked today, among others. Bama also had Eli Ricks, former Crimson Tide defensive back, who's going into a second year with the Philadelphia Eagles. He came back to March with his degree as well. Don Parker writes back in, Steven, I know the new coaches have a different mentality than what was there with Saban. Is it too loose? I wouldn't say it's not too loose. There's discipline where DeBoer is concerned. He still wants the guys executing at discipline, excellence, commitment, toughness, pride, all of those things that make the fourth quarter program and the Alabama football program what it is. King and DeBoer still wants those things. Absolutely. He still wants those things. It's just, he's been intentional about what he's done to make sure that the guys are at their tip-top shape, but at the same time, the guys are also able to be themselves. So that's what Coach DeBoer is out there doing. Plow Jogger's in here, man! Plow Jogger's back. He says, howdy, everyone. I've had a long run of health problems, still working on them. I haven't been able to keep up with everything, but I'm trying to get back in the groove. Roll Tide. Plow, praying for you, brother. Praying for you, buddy. Happy to have you back in here, Plow. It does my heart good, Plow, to see you back in here. Happy to have you back, my man. Don Parker writes back in, and congrats to all today's graduates for completing their education. Absolutely. Football athletes graduated today. Basketball athletes graduated. Mark Sears marched with his degree. So very proud of these young men and women getting that education. I mean, I was in their shoes just 9 years ago, May 1st, 2015. This was a Friday night. I marched with my bachelor's degree from the University of Alabama inside Coleman Coliseum with my degree coming in journalism with a minor in computer technology. So 9 years ago, May 1st, 2015, I marched with my degree. So I know the feeling. I know the excitement that's going through the minds of our youth here, getting this degree and having this piece of paper where nobody can take that from you. From Davis writes in, outstanding graduation, Roll Tide, absolutely. Our young people getting that degree right there. Let's see here. Plow Jogger writes in, thanks, Steven. College football finds out real fast who wants it, loves it, gotta have it, and who just wants the perks. Man, Plow, good point there. I'm going to say this. Nick Saban's retirement showed us something. Nick Saban's retirement, as much as maybe we didn't want it this soon, as much as, as much as maybe we selfishly wanted Nick Saban to go 5+ more years, if his retirement showed us anything, it showed us who's really here for the Bama brand, the Bama program, the Bama culture, you the fans, who's really about Alabama because they love that script A more than anything, versus who came just to be coached by Nick Saban. If Saban's retirement showed us anything, that's what it showed. Who is here for the program? Who wants the program? Who is in here for the buy-in to the Alabama football culture versus who just wanted to be coached by Nick Saban? And nothing wrong with being coached by Nick Saban. But the people that chose Bama, you got to choose Bama for Bama before Nick Saban arrived, and you got to choose Bama for Bama during Nick Saban's tenure. Not as Coach Saban added extra caveat to the deal, oh, you better believe it. But at the same time, you got to pick Bama because you are all in on Bama regardless of who the coach is. And that's what we've seen since Saban's retirement. It has opened everybody's eyes up to who was really rocking with Bama because they want the program from the get-go, and who was only rocking with Bama because of who the head coach was. Now, I wish Coach Saban a blessed retirement. He's enjoying that right now. But those are just my thoughts there. Don Parker with that 20! Dollar donation, DP! Let's do it! Don Parker, we appreciate that. Gotta show love for TDA. Thanks, Stephen, for all the great content. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Don Parker, right there. Keith Williams writes in, always have something to fall back on if football never works. You get that degree, Lakeith. You gotta always have that plan B. You gotta always have that plan B. And for these young men and women that graduate today, the rest will march on tomorrow. This is a very special moment for them, right? Because even if athletics doesn't work, you can still take your degree and apply it somewhere in life to help you. I take myself, for example. I played high school football. Now, I didn't play on the collegiate level, but I played high school ball. But I'm able to use the degree I got in journalism from the University of Alabama to do what I'm doing now, which is breaking down Crimson Tide football. We got Rhonda Barnett writes in, you got that right, SS. When you talk about what did Nick Saban's retirement show us? Absolutely. Plow Jogger writes in, Steven is right. Biggest shock was Kang up going to the Buckeyes. What the? That shocked everybody, Plow. Because, Travaris Robinson left Alabama to go to Georgia, right? And so people looked at T-Rob as Kang up Downs' guy. So when T-Rob went to Georgia, everybody just felt like, okay, Kangup's going to Georgia, right? When Kangup pulled the okie doke and go to Ohio State just for the NIL, I'm like, that was the weirdest thing. That was the weirdest thing. I wish the best for him, but that was the weirdest thing. Absolutely weird. Don Parker right there. Steven, any word on why Brockermeyer transferred? I don't question his decision or anyone else's decision, but that was very head-scratching. Now, I heard, Don, that Parker Browsford had a couple of credits from Washington that didn't transfer, and that was the reason why he was sitting in spring, waiting for those credits to finally transfer over. But even with that, the way Brockermeyer played so well, and in this day and age in college football, you're one injury away from being the guy. I don't get why he transferred. It was a head scratcher for me too, because he had a really good spring. I mean, from practice 3 to practice 15, he was the guy out there. So Brock, I didn't get that. I mean, he's back now, home at Texas, going to TCU. Wish the best for him. Excuse me, but I didn't get it. Did not understand that. Faith Thomas writes in, at Touchdown Alabama, congrats to the graduates walking tomorrow. Thank you, Faith. The graduates appreciate that. You got these young, strong men and women getting their degrees tomorrow from the University of Alabama. Many of them marched earlier today. More of them will march tonight. But we had quite a few student athletes to get their degrees today, especially where the football program is concerned. Don Parker writes in, I wasn't shocked by Kangup transferring. Alabama has to step up its NIL game. And that's where we are now. We may hate it. We may not like it. But NIL is not going anywhere. NIL is not going anywhere. Transfer portal's not going anywhere. And you're going to have to be able to maneuver. Yeah, you're going to have to be able to maneuver, step up your collective, step up your game, step up your program. You're going to have to do it. Because if you're trying to keep the best players in college football, there's a price tag on them now. I know, as purists of the sport, as the love of amateurism, it hates that, but this is where we are now. The best players in college football, they come with a price tag. And if you don't meet that price tag, they're going elsewhere. From Davis writes in, it's the new college football, love it or hate it. Kind of basically what I said. It's not going anywhere. Players have a price tag now. There's a price to pay. And if you're not going to pay the toll, then they're going to go somewhere else that's going to pay the toll. But we're getting to now topic number, well, we're going to get into right now quickly. Topic number 2 here of the conversation before we take another short break here on the show. Jalen Milroe is feeling this offense by King DeBoer and his staff. He is feeling his potential, his ability, his capability. He's got supreme confidence here in this offense. Milroe was on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast with Will Compton and Tether Ngwan. They came to the University of Alabama to sit down with the players on last week, if I'm not mistaken, or earlier this week. And the conversation with Jalen Milroe was about, hey, man, you got a brand new coach, brand new offense. I mean, how do you feel like you're going to do? I mean, are you guys going to be slinging the ball around the field more? Like, what is your confidence meter when you look at this offense? Jalen Milroe basically goes, I feel like I can do anything I want in this offense. Whether if I choose to run the ball the whole game, I can run the ball the whole game. If I want to throw the ball the whole game, I can throw the ball the whole game. Milroe said, I feel like I can do whatever I want in this offense. And DeBoer has given Milroe that liberty to have that confidence to do it. I mean, I go back to spring, Milroe, fantastic spring. We've seen the improvements in the throwing motion. We've seen the improvement in his passing mechanics. We've seen some improvement in his accuracy. In the spring game, I know everybody's going to throw up. He went 3 for 9. The brother suffered drops. He can't throw the ball and catch the ball too. He suffered drops out there in the spring game. But Jalen Milroe, a lot of people are starting to buy into the idea, hey, he goes out there, he has a monster year, a Heisman Trophy's right there for him. A Davey O'Brien Award is right there for him. A Manning Award is right there for him. A Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award is right there for him. A Maxwell Award is right there for him. An All-American opportunity is right there for him. First team All-SEC is right there for him. Most importantly, a chance to be a first-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft right there for him. Milroe's got it all right there. All he's got to do now is come with it. He's got it all right there at his disposal. He just now has to come with it. You even got Jim Nagy, the executive director for the Reese's Senior Bowl, having Milroe as one of his quarterbacks in the mix there for a Senior Bowl invite, was on Senior Bowl watch. And we know that event down there in Mobile gets a lot of players drafted. That event down there in Mobile gets a lot of players paid. That event down there in Mobile gets a lot of people on these guys' radar and gets a lot of NFL teams watching them. So going to be interesting to see the season that Milroe has, but he's been super confident here in the staff. The previous staff of Saban and Tommy Rees, he had nearly 3,000 passing yards, 2,834, 35 total touchdowns, got the team to an SEC championship, got it back into the college football playoff. He did a lot with Tommy Rees. Now he's got DeBoer, Sheridan, Shepard, all of these offensive gurus next right around him. Got a lot of confidence here in this offense. Going to be fun to see how this is going to be done, how this is going to be ran. You got receivers on this team that feel like Bama can have 3 1,000-yard receivers. We'll get into a little bit later to wrap up the show. Can this receiver room really be special? But Jalen Milroe loves what this offense is right now and his potential in this offense. We're going to go to another quick break right here, folks. We'll touch that down. When we get back, we jump into more of your comments. We get more of your thoughts here. But we're going to go to another word from our partners here at Alumni Hall in Midtown Village, and also why you got to keep your eyes peeled on the new podcast, the way it is, touchdownalabama.com, TBA Plus with yours truly. Why you should be locked onto that. We'll be right back after this. We're out here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa. yeah, this. Oh, man. Gotta get this. Gotta get one of these right here. Can't rock that Bama without this shirt right here, fresh polo. You gotta also rock the all pink, like Kanye West right there. Keychains, gotta get you some keychains. University of Alabama keychains. I'm telling you, if you are a die-hard Alabama fan and you're looking for some big-time apparel, this place has got everything. We're talking shirts, shoes, sweatshirts, hoodies, cups, mugs, keychains. If you're just a Tide fan that has an itch to get more apparel, get more swag in your game, you come right here at Alumni Hall in Tuscaloosa, right here in Midtown Village. And also you can shop online. The link is in the description to get your gear right here at Alumni Hall. And you want to know what's crazy? When I wrote that article on Jalen Hurts being starting quarterback for Alabama in 2016, and I was right. Tide 102.9, now Tide 100.9, actually dismissed me. Like they fired me from the radio show. What? I have a new podcast, The Way It Is, on touchdownalabama.com. I gotta go back to 2017. I'm out there at practice, right? I just hear Coach Saban say, man, stop throwing it deep all the time. And then I hear somebody clap back at Saban with, tell your defense to stop me then. And I'm like, who in the world did clap back at Saban? I look, it was Lil Mac Jones. Got up clapping back at the GOAT. And in this podcast, I'm getting into never-before-seen stories when you talk about interactions with players, predictions, commentary, just my 15-year career covering Alabama football. In my 15 years covering Alabama football, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. That one right there, that one hurt, man. That one was hard to watch. Man, one of the craziest moments I've ever been a part of in covering Bama football. As an Alabama fan, why would you even say that? Like, what's wrong? What's the point of that? You can check out the podcast on touchdownalabama.com. Subscribe to TDA Plus. All right, folks, how we feeling? We back into the action. From the break, number one ticket for your Crimson Tide football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. We're getting to more of your comments here in the chat line. Appreciate you guys helping us out here on the show. We'll start things off with Plow Jogger writing in. The NFL is doing everything it can to destroy itself in college football. Looks like it's right behind them. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The NFL is doing everything it can to make itself a powder puff league with all of these tackling rules they got going on. And then college football, just don't take college football away from us. Don't take college football, the game we enjoy, away from its people. Just don't do that. From Davis writes in, Milroe got a real quarterback coach, major difference from last season. That's the main thing. Milroe's got not only a real quarterback coach in Kangan DeBoer, but a real quarterback coach in Nick Sheridan, real offensive mind in Jamarcus Shepard. He's got another quarterback guy that's an analyst on staff, Mitch Dalen. And then, of course, Alabama's tight ends coach, Brian Ellis, played quarterback at UAB 2007 to 2011. So Milroe is surrounded by guys that know the quarterback position, that understand it, that have played it. So he's got no choice but to be better, but to be on his P's and Q's, but to be at his best, but to have the confidence to execute and run this offense. Plow Jogger writes in, Milroe to my Raiders, Brock and Tay. Oh, my. I'm going to say this. You got Devontae Adams. You got, Brock Bowers. If Antonio Pierce next year drafts Jalen Milroe, look out. If Al Davis was alive, he would have did it. He would do it. If Al Davis was alive right now, he would take Jalen Milroe. Right now, he would do it. Here's Al. Just win, baby. Just win. That's Al Davis. So if Al was alive right now, he would take Milroe. But, Antonio Pierce in that Raiders draft room, If they take Milroe next year, that's gonna be something else right there. Christian Hughes writes in, Stephen M., from what you saw in spring practice, what's your honest opinion of Bama offense and defensive sides of the ball? My honest opinion, offensively, I think Bama's got a shot. I think Bama's gonna be really good offensively. Now, on the offensive line, I still want to see when Proctor is in here in the summer, can he earn his spot back? Can this offensive line be a Joe Moore Award type group? That's my main concern there. But I think wide receiver, Ryan Williams comes in here and he's a showstopper. I'm good at wide receiver. I'm good at running back. I'm good at quarterback. Tight end, you would like to see maybe a bit more explosiveness there, but Danny Lewis Jr. could possibly get that done at that spot. You brought in a tight end from Washington, Josh Cuevas. Want to see what he does. CJ Dupree hasn't really been utilized much. Kind of want to see more of him. But offensively, I'm okay offensively. Defensively is my concern. And that's on the defensive line, most importantly. Playing the right guys on the defensive line. Playing showstoppers. Guys that can stop the run and rock the quarterback to the ground. Whether you're looking at playing more Tim Keenan, playing more James Smith, playing more Keon Keeley, you got to play guys that will rock the quarterback's skull. That's what you got to do on this defensive line, on this defensive front. That's my main thing there, is the defensive line on that side of the ball. Offensively, I'm okay. Offensively, I'm okay. Long as Ryan Williams comes in here and does his thing, and then offensive line, this group able to protect, run block, I'm fine. That's just my honest thoughts there on the offense. We look at Plow Jogger right in and defense too. It sounds like what this new regime is doing with Jalen is going to be a DeBoer standard at Alabama, the process 2.0. I'm ready to see it, Plow. I'm ready to see it. Ready for summer workouts to get here, to get some reports from that. I'm ready for fall camp to get here, to get some reports, some thoughts, some things from that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what King and DeBoer does with this group right here. Oh, man. From Davis, let's go! $100 donation. We've hit it. We've hit the goal, baby. Appreciate From Davis. That $100 donation just because it's Bama. Appreciate you, Steve. Thank you, From. Thank you. And all of you, the Bama Nation. Don Parker, I have to be honest. As much as I'm seeing what is happening with DeBoer, I honestly, for some reason, still am getting Ray Perkins, Bill Curry vibes. I pray I am wrong. Hey, Don, and you're not the only one, DP, that feels that way. You have a lot of people that have concerns. And they have legit concerns. There are questions with this team that you want to have answered. You do. But the best thing about this is you got a few games early. You got a few early on matchups before you take on Georgia in week 4 that you can answer those questions with. So that's a legit concern, Don Parker. That's a legit concern. But I look at this coaching staff will have this in order. They will have this in order, absolutely. Don Parker writes in, From Davis, man, I think collectively our super chats got Steven his funds for his first major remodeling project for his new crib. So happy for you. Hey, look, for real. Look, now, hey, you know what? The first remodeling projects, them super chats, they help with that. They will help with that. They will help with that. So appreciate all of you putting in, making this your spot here, your show for all things Bama football here. Let's see. J-Dub writes in, Bama softball 2-0, waiting on them to close out Auburn. Bama softball, it's been an interesting season for Bama softball. I mean, Patrick Murphy, he's got some girls that can hit. that can hit for power, that can go for doubles and triples. And then pitching-wise, Kayla Beaver's been pretty solid. Jalen Torrance is good. Bama ran into, some rough matchups there with Arkansas, Kentucky, some tough games there. But, overall, hopefully this team can get to the SEC tournament, play well there, host a regional, get to a super regional, and all of that right there. So cross my fingers here. Love Bama softball. Have always enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that does there. From Davis right saying, miss that dancing Steven GIF. We're working on getting that back. We're working on getting dancing Steven back on the screen. We're working on that. We're working on that. Our production staff definitely working on getting dancing Steven back on the screen. I missed that little dude too. It looked just like me. It literally looked just like me. So absolutely. We got here we go. Plow Jogger writes in, surf and turf for Mr. and Miss Smith. Oh man. Surf and turf for Mr. and Miss Smith tonight. Oh man. Surf and let's do it. Hey, surf and turf plow. Hey, surf and turf plow. We can do surf and turf. We can do surf and turf plow. Absolutely. Plow also right in. We get back to running the ball and making teams mess themselves thinking about trying to stop us. Now, Plow, the main thing with this team, it's going to be a bit more pass happy this year. There will be balance. You will see Justice Haynes, Jam Miller, Richard Young, Daniel Hill. You will see guys, you will see the backs run the football. There will be some balance, but there'll be a lot more pass happy, if you will, trying to have several 1,000-yard receivers. For this offense, Plow, think Texas Tech with Mike Leach mixed in with some running game, and that's this Bama offense. Think Texas Tech with Mike Leach mixed in with the running game, and that would be Alabama's offense. That's the best example right now I can give you. That's the best example I can give you. Let's see here. Sam writes in, what's up, Steve? Who will be your breakout player for this 2024 football team? My breakout player, good question. My breakout player for this 2024 team, I'm going to actually go with a guy on defense. Oh, with Mike, I got way too excited there. I'm going to actually go with a guy on defense. My breakout player, Devontae Smith in the secondary. He'll be my breakout player. Devontae Smith in the secondary. He's been through some injuries. He's been through some lumps and some bumps. He should have been the starting free safety last year. What happened? Hurt his foot in fall camp. That was the reason why Jalen Key took the job, became the guy throughout the season until the latter part of the year where Devontae Smith got to play some. But I think Devontae Smith will be breakout player for this 2024 football team. That's my guy right there. Oh, man. So my wife then chimed in here. How about this? Wife then got in the comment section. How about this? She goes, love the new background with the blue heart there. Good show tonight. Stephen M. Smith got my whole name in here. My daughter Mariah had to have influenced that. So got the whole name in here. And she's got Roll Tide stretched all the way out there. So shout out to my wife, Mia, who's definitely watching this. Loving the background here. We got this skyline. I don't know what city this is, but we got the skyline, back here. So this is cool. Having my wife here, being a part of this show. Here we go. Plow Jogger writes in, does Coach DeBoer realize he's at Alabama and in the SEC? Plow, he does realize it. There will be physicality with this team. There will be. He's going to run the football. He will do that. but it will also be a lot of passing in there as well, right? Because he wants to bring his philosophy and trying to mesh it with the Alabama philosophy that's already here. So he's trying to mesh some things. So he'll have balance with it. He'll have balance, but it's going to be a lot of passing as well. You're going to get the best of both worlds here. J-Dub right there. So Bama softball won. Bama wins 2-0. Roll Tide Roll. J-Dub bringing us the update. Bama softball beat Auburn. Patrick Murphy and the girls got the win. All right, let's go, Murph. Patrick Murphy and the girls got the win. That was huge. Proud of that. Anytime you can take care of Auburn. Anytime you can take care of Auburn, I will take it. I will take it every day, period. Plow Jogger writes in, that background is the bomb. Hey, the guys and the management staff here at TDA did a great job getting this. Management staff did a great job getting this up. This is awesome. This is fantastic here. We got J-Dub writing back in. My Lord, I hope we do a lot of toss to the running backs out the backfield. That is a plan. That is a plan. Bama does plan on tossing the ball to the running backs out the backfield. You got guys that got those hands. They can catch the football. They can get up and down the field. Plow writes in, Stephen DeBoer better not get Jalen killed. If the SEC doesn't fear our running game, their pass rushers will come hit him with ill intent in their minds and hearts. True. And that's the reason why, Plow, you have to be able to run the ball too. You have to mix it in. You got to get Justice Haynes his touches, Jam Miller his touches, Richard Young his touches, because it takes pressure off Jalen Milroe. But not only just that, I think this offensive line wants to show people that it can mash and maul and create those opportunities in the run game. I think this offensive line really wants to show people it can mash and maul and wear down the opposing team's defensive front. Sam writes in, will we have a 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard rusher, and 1,000-yard receiver this year? And who will it be at each position? Well, Sam, with a 3,000-yard pass would be Jalen Milroe. If you have a 1,000-yard rusher, it would be Justice Haynes. And then the 1,000-yard receiver, Kobe Prentice, yeah. So that would be who I would have there. 3,000-yard passer, Milroe, 1,000-yard rusher, Justice Haynes, 1,000-yard receiver, Kobe Prentice. Here we go. J-Dub writes in, kudos, Miss Smith, love y'all. So J-Dub, give my wife some love there. So, hey, this is good. But Backdrop bringing everybody out. Backdrop is bringing everybody out tonight. Appreciate all of you guys checking out the show. We're going to get into right now. Topic 3 here of the conversation real quickly to wrap this up. Can Bama's wide receiver room really be special? A lot of people are asking this question, right? A lot of people are asking, can Bama's wide receiver room, can this group be special, right? Can this group be elite? Can this group be dominant? And for me, I look at, ever since Julio Jones in 2008, Bama's at least had one receiver that had us all go, you don't want to mess with that guy. Like, whether it was Julio Jones, whether it was Amari Cooper, whether it was Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jamison Williams, Bama at least had one guy you could go to and say, that's our Will. That's our dude. That's our guy. So it's always been that way. It's always been that way, right? It's always been that way. So this time around at wide receiver, a lot of you guys are asking, can this group be special? I don't see a Devontae Smith in this group. I don't see a Jalen Waddle. I don't see a Jamison Williams. I don't see one of those types of guys in this wide receiver room right now. Can this group be special? Now, I think Kobe Prentice can be one of those guys. I think Kobe Prentice can be a flat baller. I really do. I mean, this kid came out of Calera High School, burner, speed, hands, routes, athleticism. I think Prentice can really be good. I like Prentice. I think Kendrick Law can be that dude. He hasn't been utilized the way he needs to be. He hasn't. But he can be that guy. I like Emmanuel Henderson. I think he can be something nice in this offense. I think Caleb Odom, the freshman, going from tight end to wide receiver, he can turn some heads. He really can. Jeremy Bernard, the transfer from Washington, there's potential there with him. But I think the name that all of us are saying, if he can come in here and if he can get it done, then it shuts down all the conversation. Everybody is waiting. They're waiting on Ryan Williams. They're waiting on him once he arrives the latter part of this month. That's the guy everybody's waiting on. Because we feel like if he gets in here and he shakes up the whole roster, then that's the guy. Talent-wise, when you watch Williams play in high school, there is some Devontae Smith in him. There's some Jamison Williams in him. There's some Henry Ruggs there. There's some Amari Cooper there. He's got that Julio Jones type of competitiveness in him. I mean, it's there. It's all there. So a lot of us were waiting on the moment Ryan gets here, the latter part of this month. But me personally, I look at this room. If Kobe Prentice can become the leader, the lead guy in this room, the leader, get me the ball, trust me, I'm going to make a play. If Kobe Prentice can become the leader of this room, and then Kendrick Law gets utilized more, and then Caleb Odom can do his thing, if Jamarcus Shepard can get all of these wide receivers, all of these weapons on the field, and here's the crazy part, you only got one football. You only have one ball. So many mouths to feed, but only one football. If Jamarcus Shepard can get these guys the ball as much as possible, and they honor that by catching the football, making plays, then this wide receiver group, y'all, can be really good. It can be really good. It's got the potential to be really good. But we're going to see. We're going to see, can they catch the football? Can they step up? And can they make those plays? But, folks, that's going to do it here. We actually went a little bit over. But that's going to do it here on this Friday edition. In my own words, hottest show on the streets. Number one form ticket for your Bama football news. Yours truly, Stephen Smith of TDA. Folks, as always, you want the best news, notes, coverage, information on your favorite program. You can do this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store. If you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store. If you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out. iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right there. Be sure to subscribe to TouchdownAlabama.com. Do it right now. All summer long, we're hitting you with content. Pick up that subscription right now to TouchdownAlabama.com. Be a monthly subscriber. Be a yearly subscriber. It's right there. We got you in recruiting. We got you with the current Alabama roster. We got you with Crimson Tide in the NFL. We're giving you big-time perspective pieces throughout the summer. If you haven't done so, subscribe to TouchdownAlabama.com. Do it right now. Be a part of TDA Plus, where you can get the Way It Is podcast. You can also get Justin and Dex, an awesome recruiting podcast right there. Get yourself subscribed. TouchdownAlabama.com. I want to shout out all of you, the fans, for the donations tonight. For you guys in the comment section, you guys giving us your energy, your passion, your excitement. You guys appreciating the background because the backdrop is back. We got it back in here. Appreciate all of you. Thanks to all of you. I want to also give a shout out here to my wife, who was right there in the comment section, in the chat line. Babe, Mia, appreciate you. My daughter, Mariah, as well. Appreciate both of you. And even dog Teddy, TB, Teddy Bear was probably in the background as well. So appreciate all of you, family, checking out the show here on this evening. Till next time, folks. Husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue doing the right thing, fun thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing to not be bored there. It's just the weekend. You get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Till next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen Smith, and you've been listening to In My Own Words.